Hello. I'm making the video in this dim light here because we came back home at sunset and I wanted to make a video out in the garden, but then the sun settled behind the horizon and I have to use our dim ceiling lights now to make this video with, and I am all shaken up because we witnessed a woman crashing into a mountain, into a rocky side, like a complete vertical rock wall on the side of the cliff, So like it's a windy road through a very treacherous terrain, and on our way back home. And as we were pulling in from coming from a picnic area, we pulled back into the main road towards our home, the main highway that went through these mountains. There were two cars passing by as we were at the intersection. Two cars passing by that were very close to one another, and they were speeding and racing, and I could sense something was strange, something was up. There was some kind of energetic turmoil going on. And so we got on the highway after them, and it wasn't very far. It was maybe 2 blocks or something down the road when the first car of them crashed into the side of the mountain, just went off the road and right into this rock wall, mountain wall. And we saw it happening right in front of us, like, I don't know, about 100 feet, 150 feet just away from us. And we were, no, this can't be. And my husband quickly drove over towards the side, which is also dangerous to do. There was some gravel on the side and not very wide, but he managed to pull over, and on the left side, on the right side, is this big rocky, like an iron rock wall, mountain wall, and on the left side of that highway is a very steep canyon, like where a river runs through, and all of this meandering like this, like an S all the time, like through this entire terrain, and it gets you really car sick. And so anyone who's drunk is very likely to crash or fall off the mountain into the river, and if they're lucky, they hit a spot where it's not such a steep decline down. So, or maybe bottoms out very fast, or there's brush that catches them or something. But there are places where it goes down very, very deep. But that lady, and she just went around the curve and then instead following the road, she went into this rock wall. And it looked like no one would possibly survive this, because her engine immediately caught on fire, exploded, and the car was burning. And like my brain cannot deal with these kind of things very well. I can't stay calm or anything. I was in some kind of shock. We got past that, stay in the car, and I stayed by my papa dog, of course. I'm not gonna leave the van unattended with the papa dog in it. But it was good that Paul drove further away from that accident. I mean, just like about 100 feet down, parked down, not directly next to that car, because her car can go up in flames. And I think that is what happened after we had left. Because, okay, so I will try to explain it in the sequence that it happened. I have to do this just for my own mental well-being. I almost feel like I'm kind of like I'm exhausted, and I'm almost like drunk, on this shock, and that can happen to brains sometimes when you experience something very drastic. The brain can go into some kind of shock state where you can barely talk or function. So, and Paul, are you burning something? Burning something? It smells like you're burning something.
Cookies.
Oh boy, okay. I mean, I'm so it smells like just like that car on fire, and the smell of that car on fire. Oh my gosh, that was already very shocking. So, but anyway, the guy who was driving behind her quickly, he tried to rescue her. He immediately went over there, yanked that door open, and hauled her out of her car, and she was still alive. And so I was in such a shock over this. And then I think there was another person who came over, another lady, who saw this and pulled over and tried to call 911. And she asked me to help her with this because she was also in a shock. I could clearly see this. She was totally shaken up. She didn't even know how to make this call 911 on her tablet. So I tried to help her, and I couldn't figure it out because I was in such a shock. It's kind of like when you have a nightmare, and in a nightmare you're trying to help but you can't. Like, you kind of